How many times have you kept a dream just because it seemed too big? How many times has your heart lit up with desire, and even so, you shelved it out of fear of what others might think, out of doubt in your own potential, out of believing it's not the right time? If this question touched you, listen to this audio and keep this message in your heart. Walt Disney once said, "If you can dream it, you can do it." It's not just a catchy phrase to decorate the wall. It's an agreement with reality. A dream is the sketch your soul makes of what can still exist. Doing is the commitment you make to that sketch. The impossible, most of the time, isn't born from a lack of ability. It's born from a lack of believing in yourself. Every great achievement began the same way. Someone dared to dream first, and then took steps that fit into their day. That's how the bridge between imagining and living starts to be built. Maybe you've been waiting for the so-called perfect moment, the day when you'll have free time, the right amount of money, everyone's approval, and courage that doesn't shake. I respect that desire for safety, but I need to tell you a simple truth. The perfect moment is almost always an elegant excuse to avoid the discomfort of starting. Courage isn't born before. It shows up along the way. Confidence doesn't appear out of nowhere. It grows when you keep small promises to yourself. You say, "I will take the first step," and you do. Tomorrow, you repeat. In little time, your body learns to trust you. And when your body trusts, fear loses the throne. You may think you're not ready. Add one word that changes everything. Yet. I'm not ready yet. I don't know yet. I can't yet. Yet opens the door. It doesn't deny the difficulty. It invites learning. A dream becomes a plan when you allow yet to lead you to try, observe, adjust, and try again. It's not about getting it right the first time. It's about building the path as you walk. Maybe what paralyzes you is the idea of failing. Mistakes have long been painted as shame, but the truth is, they are silent teachers. Failure doesn't define who you are. It shows where you are. It allows you to see what needs to change, simplify, or strengthen. Replace the question, "Why did I fail?" with, "What does this show me?" The first pulls guilt. The second pulls clarity. Growth is born from that honest curiosity. Those who allow themselves to learn become unstoppable over time. You may confuse a dream with a fantasy. A dream is a map. A fantasy is an escape. A dream calls you into real life and asks for simple, consistent action. A fantasy demands a stage, applause, and guarantees before it exists. A dream accepts starting small with what's possible today. A fantasy demands perfection, and because of that, never moves forward. If what lives inside you is a dream, it will endure the first clumsy steps, the version 1.0's, the rough drafts without shine, because it knows that without drafts, there is no masterpiece. Maybe your environment is noisy. Too many tasks, too many people, too much pressure. Dreams don't ask for eternal silence. They ask for small spaces of presence. 15 minutes of focus are worth more than hours of distraction. It's opening the file and writing a few lines, recording a 2-minute draft, organizing the first item on the desk, giving an answer that unlocks the next move. The world tells you it has to be grand. The dream only asks for honesty in the now. Do what fits in your hand today. Tomorrow, a little more will fit. You may feel tempted to talk a lot about what you're going to do. That's human. Talking brings relief, a sense of progress, But be careful. Sometimes the energy that should go into action gets lost in the announcement. Save the speech for after you've started. Let the result tell part of the story. There's a quiet strength in those who act in silence, adjust in silence, and show up with consistency. That strength builds reputation. And reputation opens doors that speeches cannot reach. Maybe comparison is weighing on you. You look to the side and everything seems faster, easier, more beautiful for others. Remember, you're seeing the stage, not the backstage. You're comparing their final cut with your behind the scenes. That's unfair to your story. Use what inspires you as a lighthouse, not as a whip. Ask what you can learn from those who have already walked the path, and then return to your own step. A step on the ground, not just in your head. You may wonder how long it will take. As long as it needs, and sometimes less than you imagine, once you start taking care of what's under your control. Instead of living stuck on the when, take care of the how. The when makes you restless. The how makes you stronger. How do you handle your next block of work? How do you organize yourself to come back after failing? How do you speak to yourself when the day feels heavy? How do you protect 5 minutes to hear your own voice? These choices change time from the inside. You don't need intensity that bursts and fades. You need consistency that respects your rhythm and doesn't quit. Intensity excites you for a day. Consistency transforms you in a year. Consistency is the steady decision to repeat small gestures that, together, build something greater. It's saying today again. It's knowing that real life isn't a highlight reel. It's a collection of ordinary days treated with truth. You may fear other people's opinions. That's natural. But opinions change with the mood of the day. Your conscience doesn't. Deliver something you respect when the noise fades. If praise comes, be grateful. If criticism comes, filter it. If silence comes, keep going. Your task isn't to please everyone. It's to stay loyal to what makes sense. Loyalty to yourself is the root that sustains you when the wind shifts. Maybe you're exhausted, and exhaustion confuses. It whispers that it's better to postpone forever. Treat your body with respect. Water, breathing, short breaks, possible sleep, nourishing food. The body is the home of your dream. If it collapses, everything stops with it. Taking care of your body isn't vanity. It's logistics for your purpose. And taking care of your mind is just as essential. A brief silence, a prayer, a meditation, a notebook where you unload the confusion and recover direction. You may believe you need certainty before acting. You don't. You need direction. Direction is different from certainty. Direction says, that way, and allows adjustments. Certainty demands control over everything, and because of that, paralyzes you. Choose direction. It gives you the freedom to refine your step without abandoning the path. That's how intelligence and courage become allies. If support is lacking, lean on your reason for existing. Why does this dream matter? What does it touch in you that nothing else reaches? What peace would it bring that no amount of money could buy? When the answer is true, it fuels persistence. And persistence isn't blind stubbornness. It's the art of adjusting without giving up. It's understanding that doors open for those who knock with respect, close when they need to, and return the next day. Maybe you carry the pain of not having started earlier. Let go of that weight. Guilt doesn't move you. What moves you is present decision. Today is always the best day to start the next version of yourself. Start without noise, without perfection, without the so-called right moment. Start with what's possible and restart as many times as needed. Restarting is not failure. It's the virtue of those who truly want to live. Remember the phrase, if you can dream it, you can do it. That means there's a thread connecting what you imagine to what you live. That thread strengthens when you stop negotiating with your truth, when you call responsibility to yourself, when you commit to a gesture, no matter how small, and follow through. The dream begins to trust you when it sees you're willing to carry it. Now look at your day today. What's the smallest step that brings you closer to what matters? It could be opening the file and writing the first lines. It could be sending the message that unlocks a conversation. It could be organizing the space where you work to make the next move easier. It could be studying for 15 minutes what you've been postponing. It could be saying no to what pulls you back into the lukewarm. Take that step. Mark in your body the feeling of having started. That feeling of self-respect is worth gold. It pulls you back tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after. If you fall, care for yourself and start again. If you get lost, breathe and start again. If you're judged, filter and start again. If no one notices, start again anyway. The world changes slowly on the outside and quickly on the inside. Those who care for the inside reap on the outside at the right time. They reap opportunity, partnership, trust, peace. And peace is the true sign that you are living what you were born to live. If this message made sense to you, save it to listen again when you feel discouraged. Here you will always find reflections to help you in your daily life. And before we finish, keep this in your heart. Dreams are maps of what you can still live. Don't let them die inside you. The way to honor them is not by talking louder. It's by starting earlier. The time to act is now. When you move, the path appears. When you believe, the impossible loses its name. And when you do, what once was only a dream becomes your life unfolding. See you next time.